Before I get started with the story, I have to give a shout out to Art New Style for sending me this story. So, look at this. I never thought I would ever come across a headline quite like this, but here we are, and I'm not even upset. It says Elder's ex-fiance said he brandished a gun at her, as in Larry Elder. Now, in case y'all don't know, Larry Elder is currently running for a governor position out in California, which is the seat that Gavin Newsom currently holds, and to see if he'll either win his reelection next year or if he will lose. And right now, Larry Elder is, I guess, in the position of trying to run against him. And I say Larry Elder is the absolute last person that California needs as a governor or any type of political person, to be quite honest. Not a fan of Gavin Newsom, especially with how he mishandled and fumbled the ball with the pandemic and everything like that, especially after it got exposed that he was at some kind of event that he wasn't supposed to be at because of everything that was going on. And y'all remember, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. And I said that really hurt his reelection chances. However, Larry Elder is no better. And the crazy part about it is Larry Elder, as we all know, has very conservative type views. So the fact that he's running on the platform that he is just to get Gavin Newsom out of office, it's pretty telling. He's almost doing the same thing that Herschel Walker is doing right now. And as you know, they started to expose Herschel Walker and what was going on with him when he announced that he was going to run for some kind of political seat as well. Now they're doing the same thing with Larry Elder. I don't feel bad for Herschel Walker, and I for damn sure don't feel bad for Larry Elder. Both of them can rot, as far as I'm concerned. Now let's focus on Larry Elder. It's been a long time since I've done a video about him. But they're talking about his ex-wife, or his ex-fiance, not his ex-wife. And it's this woman right here, whose name is Alexandra Datig. And first off, I didn't even know he was engaged. But then again, I really don't care because I'm not, invested into this man's life, personal or otherwise. But according to her, it says that he brandished a gun at her. Now, I have not read this article, and it's coming from Politico, so we're going to find out some more information. Now, for all intents and purposes, she could very well be lying and being put out there so it will hurt his chances of winning this position. And to that, I say, who cares? Usually, I'm on the side of, checking to see if anyone could be lying about a black man, especially because of what happened with Bill Cosby and so many other black men. But in this case, I'm willing to let it slide. Because Larry Elder has said some of the most ridiculous, ignorant, stupid things about black people at large for I don't know for how many years, probably dating back before I was even born. Like, this guy has said some of the most outlandish things about black people. So if this is his wake up call, so be it. Alexandra Datig, the former fiance and longtime radio producer for California GOP gubernatorial candidate Larry Elder, says she broke off an 18-month engagement with the conservative talk show host in 2015 after he waved a gun at her while high on marijuana. Now, you want to know what's so crazy? Larry Elder wants to come off as this uppity Negro trying to tell black people about ourselves, and here he is waving a gun around allegedly at his fiance while he's high on weed. Something that he would probably point and wag his finger at black people for doing, as far as being a stereotype. And look at what he was doing right here. Allegedly. I have to say allegedly because we don't know if what she's saying is actually true. Some part of me wants it to be true because it's who he is. Datig's claim, which she regards as the culmination of a series of humiliating disputes that made her fearful for her safety and her ability to maintain her sobriety, comes as Elder has gained momentum in the recall to replace Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom, with many observers counting him as the likeliest GOP alternative should voters decide to replace the incumbent. So now, the thing is, like I said, they're going to question how valid this claim is because of him running against Gavin Newsom. Now, here's the thing. On the one hand, they're going to do everything they can to get Gavin Newsom up out of there. On the other hand, if this thing, what she's claiming is actually true, they're going to be like, are you sure you want him in there as bad as you want Gavin Newsom out? So that the people of California are going to have a huge decision to make. But let's not forget, California is a very, very liberal state. This is the same state that passed SB 132. I'm going to let y'all go look that one up. I did a video about it a while back. But little is known about Elder's personal life. Dadig portrayed him as a marijuana user who would often become threatening or insistent with her, including in his repeated demands that she gets a quote-unquote Larry's girl tattoo to show her devotion to him. That just sounds like something he would say. The alleged gun incident occurred in the midst of a heated conversation as their relationship was unraveling, according to Dadig. He was in the bedroom and I was standing by the door. We talked to each other. He became silent, she said, and then slowly walked over to the nightstand, opened the door, and took out the gun, a .45 pistol. And he checked if it was loaded while I was talking. He wanted to make sure I saw that he had it. It was an act of silent scorn and anger. For a minute there, I thought it was a Phil Spector moment, Dadig said, referencing the famed Hollywood record producer who shot and killed actress Lana Clarkson in his Hollywood mansion in 2003. My fear was great, and I understood I needed to de-escalate. At that point, he was threatening to throw me out on the street, and rather than answer back or throw something, I tried to use every tool I had in recovery. I just walked out. I locked myself in the bedroom downstairs. Elder and his spokesperson, Ying Ma. Oh, God. Ying Ma. I was not expecting to come across her name until she got her comeuppance. If y'all don't remember her, she was one of them Asian women that I had to go in on for some stuff she said about black people. How ironic that she's linked with Larry Elder. It says Elder and his spokesperson Ying Ma did not respond to requests for comment on their personal email and campaign email. If I was him, the smart thing would be to probably, say something, because if you don't respond to these allegations, then more people are going to be inclined to believe that it's true. Elder's attitude toward women has been a major issue in the campaign, with both Newsom and GOP rivals flagging a 2-decade-old column in which he wrote, "Women know less than men about political issues, economics, and current events." Dadig, age 51, became well known in Los Angeles in the 1990s as a leading witness and informant in the prosecution of Hollywood madam Heidi Fleiss. Dadig described being paid $10,000 per day and getting first-class air travel as one of the women who worked in Fleiss's network. She has subsequently spoken out strongly against human trafficking. If y'all don't remember who Heidi Fleiss is, and the thing is, when all that stuff was going on, I was very, very young. But I remember they did a movie about her. It was a made-for-TV movie. I think the name of the movie was called Call Girl, the Heidi Fleiss story. And it came out back in the early 2000s. And it was talking about one of the most well-known Hollywood madams ever by the name of Heidi Fleiss. She basically ran a brothel, but it started off one way and then it turned into something completely illegal. I wonder whatever happened to her. I know she had went to jail for doing it, but it was a very famous case. Like, I think just about almost every type of famous celebrity known came through her brothel. Like, it was a revolving door. Like, she was literally getting like people who would usually go to the Playboy Mansion coming through her to her establishment. Dadig says she first met Elder, who is now 69, at a party at the Playboy Mansion in the early 2000s. And I have to give a shout out to one of my subscribers or followers on Twitter, because they mentioned this to me before I read this article, that she used to be a Playboy bunny. Though their relationship did not begin until long after, the two became engaged in 2013 before Dadig broke off the relationship in 2015, fearing for her safety. She said he pressured her to sign a non-disclosure agreement after being informed by Elder's assistant that all Larry's girlfriends did, she said in an interview with Politico. She complied, saying she was terrified and I ran for my life. Politico has obtained copies of the NDA and separation agreement between Elder and Dadig. Despite the NDA agreement, Dadig chose to speak to Politico, saying there's too much at stake in the California recall election. a conservative blogger and political commentator who writes and edits the Front Page Index political website, Dadig has endorsed one of Elder's GOP rivals, former San Diego Mayor Kevin Falconer. Dadig's official bio notes that her work with Elder has included producing over 100 shows of the now nationally syndicated Larry Elder Show, helping to boost his show to the top spot on a major global webcasting platform. Dadig says she also created the Elder Statement blog, helping it boost its circulation to more than 3 million views in its first year, while also mounting a successful campaign on Elder's behalf, which helped him secure a coveted nomination star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. They gave, I guess they'll give it to him. They'll give it to anybody in that case. But I heard that all you really have to do when it comes to something like that is all you got to do is like pay for it or something to that effect. Dadig described meeting the ambitious talk show host in the early 2000s at Bacchanalian, I'm guessing that's how you pronounce it, parties populated by Hollywood celebrities, by rapper Snoop Dogg, and hosted by publisher Hugh Hefner at the Playboy Mansion in the Holmby Hills section of Los Angeles. Elder, who has since taken to broadcasting in a robe a la Hefner and YouTube segments called Robe Rage, was an A-lister, quote unquote, at the gatherings, Dadig said. In one home video she provided to Politico, Elder brags about his relationship with Snoop Dogg, saying, "I introduced him to the evil weed. I taught him everything he knows. I'm the one who made him what he is. I can't believe he turned his back to me, motherfucker." Do y'all hear this? This is the same guy right here who has all this smoke for black people, yet he's acting like the typical nigga that he likes to blast every single day. Dadig says she moved in with him in 2013, entering what she describes as a wild and ultimately destructive relationship that she broke it off after 18 months. She was still producing his shows and assisting with efforts to get him a coveted Walk of Fame star because I didn't want to take a wrecking ball to his career. But my sobriety was at stake. Growing up in Switzerland around guns with a conservative father, Dadig said that she always had been a strong Second Amendment supporter, but she shudders remembering her encounter with a gun-wielding elder in early 2015 during their ugly breakup. "I was raised that you never use a gun in anger, and you don't use it when you're drunk or high to make a point of frustration, which is what he did," said Dadig, who says Elder was a heavy consumer of marijuana and was under the influence. Earlier in the relationship, Dadig said she was pressured repeatedly by Elder to get a tattoo declaring her to be Larry's girl, and even urged her to design one which included the Superman logo. She agreed to get it. After he said he would get an accompanying tattoo declaring his love for her, she said he never did. Of course he didn't do that, and she's stupid for even getting that tat. And she didn't speak up when a large nude portrait of her with a tattoo on her lower back was displayed in their home for visitors to see. We're getting a lot of backstory here from this woman involving Larry Elder. This guy just comes off as a very narcissistic person who really thinks that highly of himself. Dadig provided that photo to Politico, and today says she deeply regrets the decision to give in to his demand and has tried to get the tattoo removed. As a former victim of human trafficking in the sex trade, she says she now realizes that it was kind of a branding, not unlike the same marks that traffickers often demand. She says some of Elder's past public comments on women have revealed his true attitude toward them. When you're a celebrity, you have women throwing themselves at you all the time. You have a different experience. You develop a sense of disrespect, she said. Dadig, a longtime Los Angeles political activist, is no stranger to the rough and tumble Southern California politics, or even to human trafficking. She served as a longtime executive assistant to former LA Council member and state legislator Nate Holden, and also mounted an unsuccessful recall attempt aimed at Mayor Eric Garcetti in 2019. She told Politico she is reluctant to take the spotlight again and be tagged as the woman who turned in Heidi Fleiss, an ex-hooker, when her troubles and personal struggles of decades ago have long been put behind her. But she also took to Twitter to declare, "I am calling on the voters of California to tell Larry Elder to let me out of my NDA. There are no secrets in politics. Voters have the right to know the truth. At Larry Elder is unfit to serve in official capacity. Tell him you want to know why." As California voters consider their vote in the consequential recall candidate, she says she was moved to give Falconer, her endorsement, and her web followers some guidance regarding the current recall election because the state of California is on the line. Both Falconer campaign and Dadick said she had no role in his campaign. The Newsom campaign also said that it has no link to Dadick as well. No, I am not being paid by anyone, she said. I am doing this because I care about California. It's about ability and capacity, and I don't think Larry has the ability or capacity, she added. She backs the recall but warns Gavin Newsom is the devil. You know, Larry Elder is the devil. She said Gavin Newsom is the devil you know. Larry Elder is the devil you think you know. Larry Elder is a brand, she said, but if Larry Elder becomes the governor of the state of California, it will be a disaster. Wow. I did not go into this article expecting to read and all of that. Like, that was a lot. That was a pretty loaded and fairly detailed article. I thought it was going to go straight to the point and it would be done, but they really cut and got down to the core of this about who Larry Elder is as a person, not just, you know, what he presents himself as. And she would know because she was in a relationship with him for over a year. Now, like I said, this stuff right here can sound like, you know, just a bunch of allegations. But that part about the tattoo, that was crazy. And he said she even got it and he put it up in the portrait in the home so people could see it and all types of things. But Larry Elder just comes off as that type of person anyway. So her saying that and, you know, all of that stuff, it doesn't really surprise me. And I don't think it really would shock anybody else who's listening to this right now or anyone that will come across this article at a later date. He just gives off that type of vibe. That's why it doesn't shock me with what I was reading. Now, what that will mean for him as far as him running in this recall election, I'm not sure. But she actually made a point where she says Gavin Newsom is the devil that you know and Larry Elder is the devil you think you know. Basically saying that he puts out this persona that will have people, not me, like him, but he shields the part that would have people otherwise hate him. And she said that he would be a disaster for the state of California. Now, I have to ask my California subscribers, what is the climate like out there? Like, are they talking about Larry Elder out there, you know, saying that we need to get him in office and get Gavin Newsom out? Like I said, I'm not a fan of either one of these people. I'm not a fan at all. But I know that Larry Elder has, like I said, has said some of the most ridiculous, asinine things about black people over the course of his career. And that's exactly one of the ways he got to where he's at. But listen to the stuff that she was saying. They said he was going to like different parties, getting high and all types of stuff. The same thing that he likes to tell black people about themselves. And he's being a hypocrite doing the same exact thing that he talks down on black people about. And then some. So in other words, he's talking about himself. He might as well be talking about himself if you really think about it. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. So I'm coming back on here to add on some additional information that just got released about Larry Elder on August 26th, 2021. I'm actually recording this on August 27th and I'm adding it onto the commentary that y'all just recently heard. Now, what's so crazy is the commentary you heard prior to what I'm updating it with and throwing in here, that was recorded over a week, almost 2 weeks ago, believe it or not. Like I said, I'm so backed up with a lot of videos, so that's why some stuff seems like it's coming out late, but I'm glad that y'all are still accepting it as current news. So this bit of information came out, basically saying that that he is now under police investigation following the accusation from his ex-fiance. So let's go ahead and get into it. The Los Angeles Police Department is investigating domestic violence accusations against California Republican gubernatorial candidate Larry Elder, allegations he has denied. The department was made aware of domestic violence accusations against Larry Elder, an LAPD spokesperson told CNN, but they said additional details on the allegations would not be made public due to the confidential nature of domestic violence investigations. The police said in a statement to CNN that nothing will be made public until allegations can be investigated thoroughly and submitted to the district attorney's office for filing consideration. The accusation stemmed from an alleged 2015 incident described to CNN by Elder's then fiancee and former employee Alexandra Dadick. Larry Elder brandished a weapon in conversation with me during our breakup. He checked to see if his gun was loaded, Dadig said to CNN in an interview earlier this month that occurred prior to her informing the police of the accusations. The Elder campaign did not respond to a CNN request for comment about the LAPD investigation. Elder had previously denied the allegations in a statement issued through his campaign. I have never brandished a gun at anyone, he wrote in a statement. I grew up in South Central. I know exactly how destructive this type of behavior is. It's not me, and everyone knows it's not me. But we as black people who are aware of your antics, Larry Elder, know exactly who you are. Now, here's a guy who said he grew up in South Central, and look at the coonish behavior he has displayed since then. I'm gonna leave it at that. Elder added the allegations are salacious and that he would not be distracted from his bid to oust Governor Gavin Newsom in the Democrats' upcoming recall election. Dadig did not respond to additional requests for comment Thursday. Dadig, a registered Republican, runs Front Page Index, a conservative political news portal. She has endorsed former San Diego Mayor Kevin Falconer, a Republican, in the recall contest. Dadig told CNN earlier this month that she is horrified by Elder's candidacy, saying she is truly concerned that Larry Elder as governor would be catastrophic. She added that Elder has zero qualifications to handle a crisis. California can't afford to make that mistake. When asked if she fears that her decision to speak publicly about Elder would raise questions about her motivations, Dadig replied, if Larry would have been a smart candidate, he would have picked up the phone and called me and said, will you support me for governor? Why wouldn't he do that? When CNN pointed out that it seems that she wouldn't have supported Elder if he called her, Dadig said, I don't know, but I think he showed a sign of great disrespect by not doing that. So now it's getting even more interesting because now, like I just read to you, he now has a police investigation open upon him. And like they said, they're not going to release anything to the public until they can have something concrete that they can go and lead with. But this is very interesting. And it's crazy because I'm reading this on MSN and they allow comments and whatnot. And you should see all them PC folks up in there just crying the blues saying, this was 7 years ago. We know what it is and everything like that. And blah, 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 and all of that. It's funny because when it came to Bill Cosby and his accusers and those allegations that they had against him, that was from 20, 30, 40 years ago. But people believe that. This is 7 years. This is less than 10 years ago. This wasn't even a whole decade ago. You're talking back in 2000, what is it, 2015? So, yeah, but this is Larry Elder's karma, smacking him in the face right now. Him and Herschel Walker are pretty much getting the same kind of treatment because they're trying to do the same thing with him as well. Did they actually think that this was going to be a smooth sailing type of thing? They had to have known, but then again, they've kissed so much PC ass that they probably didn't think that this would happen. And it's crazy because the people that's coming after them are the same people who asked they love to kiss. It's not the people that they've thrown under the bus. Larry Elder and Herschel Walker have thrown black people under the bus so many times, but it's PC, palm colored, who's the one that's trying to do them in. Larry Elder's ex-fiancee is going after him. And Herschel Walker, his constituents are going after him. And I have a strong feeling that if trying to get Gavin Newsom out of the governor's seat in California wasn't the case, he would have much more of a dog pile coming upon him. But because a lot of the people in California want Gavin Newsom out, they're willing to go along with it right now. But I'm telling you, they're making a grave mistake. Like I told you, I don't have any dog in this fight. I think Gavin Newsom really dropped the ball. And I even said last year with his antics, I said if he runs for re-election, it's a strong chance he's not going to win. He's probably going to get removed from that seat. They can't get him out, but they're going to vote him out. And they're going to put somebody else there. I called that. I said that last year. When he was doing his antics, I said, yeah, you're pretty much probably going to be done. Now, who takes your spot? I don't know. But it truly, in my opinion, should not be no Larry Elder. Even his ex-fiance said that he's not a good pick for him to be there. And from the tone of what she's talking, it almost sounds like not so much of him doing the stuff that she's alleging he did to her, but it sounds like she just knows from a political standpoint he's not good for California from a political scope. So she's separating the personal from the, I guess you could say, the position. If y'all get what I'm saying. She just basically says that he's not fit to be in that role because she knows how he gets down. After all, they were engaged for over a year. They lived together, so she knows how this guy is. And she probably knows what he'll probably do if he gets there. She's basically saying he doesn't know, he won't know what the hell he's doing. They said, you think Gavin Newsom wasn't good? He'll be worse. And all they really care about at the end of the day is turning California into a red state. That's all I keep noticing that they keep saying. They keep saying, oh, we need to make California a red state. We need to make California a red state. So why not make it a red state, number one, and then throw a black face in there, even though he probably wishes he wasn't. Throw a black face in there. That way it's like a double whammy. We have a black governor who's a Republican, and now California is a red state. Because what they want to do is set it up because they know California is a huge state when it comes to the voting process, especially when it comes to presidential elections, because that state is always blue. And they figure if we turn this into a red state through this, then California will definitely turn into a red state by the time 2024 rolls around. So it's all like, that's really their end game. That's why when she says that he's not fit, I truly believe her when she says that. They're only doing it because of they don't want it to be a blue state anymore. They could probably care less. Like I said, if Gavin Newsom wasn't an issue, they would probably vote him back in and Larry Elder wouldn't even be a thought. He would be an afterthought, if even that.